Hello YouTube and welcome to another episode of The Cloudy Vape. Hey friend, today we're going to be talking about the Delta 2 by Joyetech. Let's have a vape. I received this Delta 2 from cigabuy.com for review. If you want to know more about cigabuy.com or to the link of this actual device, look in the description box below. And yeah, so thanks so much for sending this out for review. Let's check it out. So my first few thoughts about this reminds me a lot of the Atlantis with that vertical coil going on. At least it looks like a vertical coil. Has the spit protection, the little grate thing that goes on top of it, the stainless steel mesh that goes on top of the coil head. Few things that are a little bit different. But yeah, without talking more about it, so you guys can see it, let's go down and check it out. Alrighty, so here is the Delta sub-tank. This is the box it comes in. I have the Delta sub-tank over here on a device. Let me pull it over. So here it is. Let me unscrew it, and then we'll talk about this box a little bit. Actually, I can't get it off. There it is. There it is. Alright. Popping it off here. I'm using the Sigelli Mini, if you're wondering. So here is the device, essentially, you know, by itself. You got your drip tip and all that good stuff. But let's look at the box real quick in case you are interested. So here is the box. Let's look a little bit closer. Kind of has a little markings, you know, basically shows it and all that good stuff. On the side it says Joyetech. It is kind of reflective. Right here it says joyetech.com. On the bottom has their Joyetech logo, and on this side it says Delta 2. Yep, and then on the back it says, with liquid valve control on the new changeable sub-ohm coil, the revolutionary Delta 2 can be used on a wide range of wattage from 25 to 50 watts. It says 25 to 50 watts, but I've seen it marketed online for 25 to 40 watts. So maybe when they first made the box, they didn't realize that the 40 watts or the 50 watts kind of kills it. But who knows? Who knows? All right, so it also says that this product should not be used for persons under 18 years of old, 18 years of old, and all that good stuff. Yeah, it says a little bit about it, made in China, and barcode and all that stuff. So when you open it up, you'll have your little manual. This is a little limited warranty card. Let's see what it has. 90 days, basically factory defects. If you get it and it doesn't work, yes, there's a warranty card. Here is your little, just kind of talks a little bit about what's going on with it. Also tells you make sure that you saturate the coil before you get going with it. And yeah, it also shows you how to connect it and all that good stuff. So let's look at the rest of this stuff. So when you get it, it's going to be in this little area just like this. It'll have a coil head stuck inside of it, and it will also have a coil head right here. So the coil head that was stuck inside of it was actually the one that does not fire, and we'll go ahead and rip that apart later. Basically, I did pop it apart, and the leads weren't making connection properly, so it was just a bad, it was bad, so couldn't use it. But anyways, so yes, both 0.5 ohm coils that come with it, and that's basically all you get when you do purchase this. You do get your drip tip that comes with it, the tank section, the atomizer section, the connection, and all that good stuff, and 2 coil heads. Hopefully when you get it, or if you have got this, you have not had a messed up coil. So kind of upset about that, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. So looking up close at this device, basically you have 3 sections of slits right here where you can look inside. This is actually glass inside of here, so you can look inside and see your fluid level, your juice level, which is really nice. This is all made out of stainless steel, I believe. I am not positive of which grade it is, but it is a stainless steel build. So you have the Delta 2 logo right there. You also have Joyetech right here on the bottom, and like I said, you have 3 slits right here, 3 right here, and also 3 right here. So a total of 9 on there. Now for your airflow, you have a cool option here. You have the Cyclops airflow, which is, it's about 1 millimeter in height and roughly 7 millimeters long. So 1 millimeter in height and 7 millimeters long. If you turn it around, you have 2 of those Cyclops airflow holes on both sides, so a total of 2 rather. You can adjust, and as you adjust like that, it's going to adjust on both sides. So yeah, I enjoy the airflow on both sides rather than just one airflow coming in like most of the sub tanks, or one Cyclops on one side coming in. So definitely I enjoy that. As far as the bottom goes, very simple on the bottom, just a few markings. I believe this is like a silver plated connection on the bottom, and it just, I believe it's just a little pin. Yeah, it's just a little pin like most of these sub tanks. Definitely do not use this on a hybrid connection. If you have a hybrid connection, do not use these sub tanks on a hybrid connection. So you got a little pin right there that does just pop in, pop out, and there's a little grommet in there that holds it in there. So yes, that is everything there. Here is your drip tip. It has a nice Delrin insulator connecting the drip tip. You also have an O-ring in the drip tip like most, and then just goes right in there. And that is your whole setup essentially. So I do have some juice in this, so it might be a little bit messy. So you unscrew this base, and essentially it just shows it's in 3 sections. So I'm not going to take it apart more than that. I'm sure you could probably pull apart more pieces if you really try. But for this video, I'm just going to show you these 3 sections, basically your drip tip, your tank section, and your bottom section where your atomizer sits. So this is the coil head. This is a huge coil head. And yeah, so the coil head just unscrews and goes right into the base where the atomizer connects to the deck, just like that. So that's the basic gist, and you have your grommet seal to your positive connection. So just like most of your replaceable coil sub tanks, it's kind of the same. So if you look inside of here, it's kind of hard to see, but basically it's the same setup as the Atlantis. You have a little stainless steel grate in there, or a mesh in there to prevent spit back, and then you have a vertical coil going straight down. And this is kind of what their technology is marketed, is this right here. So basically this is where your juice channels go in. You have 3 of them, one right here, one right there, and one right there. And basically what they market is you can adjust, so you can close off that juice channel, or you can open it back up, and the only thing that's moving is this inner shell, this inner barrel right here. This part is not moving, and this part is not moving. So this does just adjust, and it's not, it's not unscrewing from this base, it's just adjusting. So that is a cool feature, especially if you're using a higher viscosity, or if you want to vape this at higher wattages. Definitely open this all the way up. Me personally, no matter what, I would open it all the way up, just because I don't like dry hits. I'm not a fan of dry hits, and that's just something I don't enjoy. So if you want dry hits, definitely close it all the way off. And I'm joking, by the way. I'm absolutely joking. But if you want, for the most part, keep it all the way open. And if you're using a juice that has a really thin viscosity, definitely, and if it is flooding or it's gurgling a lot, definitely maybe just close it off a little bit. But because it's a 0.5 ohm tank, a couple good draws off of it, and you'll clear that gurgle out pretty quickly. So there is a few markings on this on these coils. Basically says 0.5. Also says 20 to 45 watts. LVC, which means liquid variable control, I believe, or liquid variable coil, meaning that it's adjustable with the liquid. This little thing's adjustable, so that's what LVC means. Also, you have a Joyetech, little Joyetech logo on it. Looking inside of the barrel, so there's not that much room to fit your juice in there. It's just kind of the edge around there. You don't want to put it in the very center right there. You want to just put it right on the edge, going down in, and that's about it. So that's the basic way of filling it up. You just put your juice right on the edge right there. You fill it up, you pop this down, and you're good to go. So that is essentially the whole breakdown of this. This device is a 22mm tank. That is the basic breakdown of this, and let's go back to FaceTime and talk about it a little bit more. So that was a real quick rundown of this device. Let's talk about the pros and cons. First, let's talk about the pros. Pros are that you have an adjustable juice channel thing. You can, or not channel, juice flow. You can basically adjust it depending on how much wattage you're using. If you up your wattage, it pulls more juice. So you can open up that, you know, as I showed you, you can open up the juice holes so it just seeps in more and saturates that cotton. So that is one cool thing. Definitely a plus I haven't seen on other devices, at least devices that I have used. As far as everything else, yeah, I enjoy it. I really enjoy that the airflow is on both sides rather than just one big hole on the side. The draw feels more like a more like an RDA, kind of, you know, like a dual coil setup. It feels more like that. Whereas with like the sub tanks, the Kangers, and also the Atlantis, it feels more weird because you just have air coming in the side, although it's, you know, really open, wide open airflow. It's just weird to me. So this is much better. I like this, the airflow, how it feels, at least when you take a draw. When you take a draw, it just, you know, it feels better. It doesn't have that weird restriction going on. It just feels nice, and yeah, nice. Kind of like an RDA. The only thing is, you know, it's not, I guess it's about the same amount of airflow because they're really thinner slits rather than the larger, you know, like 3mm wide or 3mm tall by, you know, roughly 7 or 8. But these ones, yeah, they work pretty well, and I like the draw on it. It's a very nice draw. So that's a lot to ramble on about that, but that's a big thing about this. The other pro definitely is that it's a stainless steel tank. Out of the jump, you know, right when you get it, stainless steel tank, and you have these little slits where you can look inside and see the juice. So that's nice. Definitely protected a little bit more. The drip tip is nice because it has a Delrin on the bottom, so definitely you can use it in other RDAs, and definitely disperses heat very well. So those are the pros. Now let's talk about the cons. So the cons are kind of weird because me personally, the Atlantis coils aren't very flavorful to me, even with like a 50-50 blend, even if I let it, you know, saturate. I'm just not a huge fan of the vertical setup. I know that's better flavor, but I'm just not a huge fan of how it hits, and then after a while as it breaks down, just the aftertaste, just not a big fan of that. So definitely as far as flavor goes, I like the flavor out of the Sub-Tank Mini or the Sub-Tank Nano better than this, but that's just my opinion. You know, take it, leave it, whatever you want. But yeah, overall, I definitely like this more than the Atlantis. It being a vertical coil, definitely like this more than the Atlantis. So again, take it or leave it, whatever you want. Get out of that and stuff. But yeah, besides that, really no cons. It works very well. I did have one of the coil heads when I got it, didn't work. The wiring, the actual positive and negative, were kind of disconnected from their respective connections. So one of the coil heads did not work when I got it. So kind of sucks, but hey, whatever. You know, that's just what happens. So quality, I guess. Quality's a little worse, but yeah, I just want to throw that out there. The other con I would definitely have to throw out there, I think the fact that you have to buy the RBA or the rebuildable deck separately, that is just absolutely dumb. So Joyetech, come on, your friends over at Kanger figured it out, you know, just supply the RBA deck with it, up the price a couple bucks, and that's it. Having to buy an extra RBA deck. Oh man, having to buy an extra RBA deck, just yeah, it's kind of annoying to have to do that. So I'm sorry I'm being negative on this, but it, you know, the other competitors are using the RBA decks, like, you know, like I was looking over here, the sub tanks, they have RBA decks in them. At least the Mini does. So yeah, just take after them. So your next version, please, Mr. Joyetech, put the RBA deck, the rebuildable deck, with the actual purchase. Don't make us buy another one. So that's all the ranting and rambling I'm going to be doing for this review. I hope you found this helpful. Hope it gave you a little idea on what's going on with this tank. It is a nice tank. I really enjoy it. But, you know, every single tank has its pros and its cons, and those are just what I think they are. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please like it. And if you like my videos in general, please subscribe. And as always, stay classy and keep vaping.